Pro Bowl is presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar. All taste, zero compromise. And welcome to Las Vegas. Julie Donaldson here with London Fletcher, a four-time Pro Bowler. Of course, we know that easily could have been many more, but it's kind of great. It's a time for guys to celebrate having a season where they stood out amongst the best of the best.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's an honor to be selected to the Pro Bowl. And I don't care whether you're playing in the actual flag football game or the Pro Bowl games. Just that honor that you receive, you look forward to it. I took great pride in being able to play in those 4 Pro Bowls, although it should have been more, as I mentioned. But regardless,
we could be a little bit of homers on that one.
Regardless, it was just a great experience for me, and I'm glad that I was able to play in 4 of those.
So for the past few years, people are saying it was kind of almost pointless to play the game because guys were not really going at it. You didn't want to risk injury, and I certainly get that. So they finally decided to make the change. There is no game. There's going to be a flag football game. There's going to be a skills competition. There's the longest drive. There's tug of war. There's kicking tic-tac-toe.
Right.
What do you make of the way that they are changing the format?
I like the format. I like the games because what you'll see is guys, you'll see the competitive spirit of these guys. And when you get them in there, whether it's a longest drive competition, a dodgeball game, the flag football game, you'll see these guys compete at a high level. And that's what you really want to see. The actual tackle game, it had got to the point where it wasn't even competitive, and I'm happy that the NFL made the change.
So Washington sending 5 players out here to Vegas, a testament to the leaders that this team has and the talent that they have to build around them as well. Is there anyone in particular you're most kind of like looking forward to seeing how they do in one of these skills challenges?
You know what? I want to see Deron Payne in the longest drive competition. When I saw that him, Tress, and Jonathan were going to be representing us in that longest drive. I know Tress plays golf, and Jonathan, I'm sure he plays. I think he told me he played. But Deron, I don't know if I can't see the big man trying to swing that club. He's probably going to try to swing as hard as he can, and that's totally not the way.
That's usually how my golf game goes. I try to muscle it through everything. They're like, no, it's a little bit more.
You have to be
smooth. Yeah, I just
that
figure
golf club.
if I use my muscles, it might go further. Deron may be doing that, but we will certainly see. Of course, Tress has quite a few times to be able to spend time on the golf course. Tug of war. I feel like you'd probably be really good at that.
You know what? I feel like I would. I would want to be right in front.
You
got to have somebody to anchor. Well, not the anchor. You got to be a leader. Yeah. So I'm going to be the guy that definitely would be the leader of that, and then maybe have Deron as the anchor of that tug of war.
Well, we look forward to all of that coming up here with the 5 players from Washington. As part of the new format, the coaches for the NFC and AFC, Eli and Peyton Manning, had a selection show to choose the players they will have competing in the various competitions this week. Here's a look at the 5 Commanders players who are out here in Las Vegas for the Pro Bowl. Terry McLaurin and Jeremy Reeves will be participating in the lightning round and flag football game. Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne and Tress Way will be participating in the longest drive. Allen and Payne in Move the Change. And Way, of course, participating in the kick-tac-toe. Now you can watch the guys compete later today, Thursday, in the skills competition on ESPN starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday, you can see the Pro Bowl games also on ESPN, ABC, ESPN Plus, and Disney XD starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. Let's now bring in head coach Ron Rivera from back in Ashburn, Virginia. All right, coach, what does it mean to you to have 5 players participating in the Pro Bowl?
There's a lot of satisfaction. These are young men that, this organization drafted, and we came in and we were able to work with them, develop them, help them grow as football players, and they basically have earned their recognition.
We got to see those amazing videos where you got to tell everyone that got the nod, including a very special one with Jeremy Reeves. But how cool is that for you, not just for them?
Very cool because, for the most part, I do take a lot of pride in their successes, and because I think it's their successes is our successes. And when you get a young man like a Jeremy Reeves who's done nothing but the right things, he's fought, he's battled, he's come back, and he earns it. Man, I'm proud. I really am. I'm truly proud of all 5 of them. But for Jeremy, that was pretty special.
And 3 of them are your captains. You have
Yes.
Terry McLaurin, John Allen, and Tress Way. What does it say about them as leaders in the locker room? And that makes them Pro Bowlers, but not just for the team, but for around the league.
What was really cool is, and I didn't get to do it to Jonathan because Jeremy was right behind him, so I couldn't tell him. because I didn't want him to walk out and congratulate Jeremy and ruin the surprise. So I didn't tell him about Jeremy, but I told the other ones about Jeremy winning. And if you see the way they react to one of their teammates, you know that, in my opinion, that means that these guys are really all about the players around them. And that was really cool. That really was.
Your punter, Tressway, what is it that makes him so special?
First of all, he's not a normal person because he's a punter. But what makes him special is just everything that he does so unselfishly. A lot of guys are concerned about their average, their gross. Not him. With him, it's, hey, did we get him pinned back? Did we create a possibility, an opportunity for our defense to keep the other team pinned down there? I mean, for him, it was, I don't care what my average is. What I care about is the success of our football team.
He wants to participate in the longest drive. You're a golfer. Do you think he has that drive to win it?
I think he has a chance. I really do, because first of all, he is a heck of a golfer. But because he's a punter, and again, they're not real football players, they get to practice golf a lot, and I know he does.
Your guys on the interior, John Allen is making a second Pro Bowl, Deron Payne getting his very first nod. How unusual is it to have two guys from the interior make it here?
I think what makes them special, first of all, is the way they approach the game. These guys play the game, practice the game the same way, hard, to do things the right way. That's the other thing that they both do. And you know what? They're very unselfish players as well, because if you watch them, they set each other up, they set their teammates up to have success, and because of that, they have their own success. And so, like I said, you find a sense of pride when you see guys that are having success who do things the right way.
And we know it's changing, the way the league is making it just a skills competition this year. What do you make of that?
Well, I think it's good because the All-Star game itself, it's become one of those things where you don't want to see anybody really get hurt. And it's in the players' minds, and they play not to get hurt. When that happens, somebody does get hurt inevitably. So I think, just an opportunity for those guys to be out there, be celebrated, have a group of fans there to celebrate them. I think that's special, because I really do, because I know one thing. Our guys will be appreciative that there is a group of fans out there that really are celebrating them.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.
Coach Rivera is busy at work interviewing potential candidates for the open offensive coordinator position, adding Anthony Lynn, the San Francisco 49ers assistant head coach and running backs coach, to the list. He was offensive coordinator for the Lions back in 2021. Okay, London, what are your thoughts on the search for the OC?
I like the guys that they've interviewed thus far. You mentioned Anthony Lynn. He comes from that Kyle Shanahan system. It's a system that puts a lot of pressure on you, a lot of stress on you defensively because of that outside run game, and really opens up the play action pass, something that Coach Rivera and Martin Mayhew really want us to emphasize. You mentioned a guy like Eric Studesville, the running back coach down in Miami. He's under Mike McDaniels, who's also off that Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur coaching tree. That's who we want. That's that style of offense. Even Sean McVay. There's all those the connections with these coaches. It puts a lot of pressure on you defensively.
Okay, so the search continues, and for everything you need to know about the team and the search for the offensive coordinator, do not miss our flagship show, Command Center. We will have new shows from you from out here at the Pro Bowl and in Phoenix for the Super Bowl. You can see every episode on our YouTube channel and on commanders.com. You can also check us out on NBC Sports Washington weekdays 5 and 10 p.m. Well, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we have updates from the Senior Bowl and East-West Shrine Bowl, including an interview with Commanders D-line coach Ryan Kerrigan. He's out in Mobile coaching up some draft prospects. And look who else is out here in Vegas. It is Major Teddy. Teddy is making his Pro Bowl debut and having a lot of fun while he is at it. We have more from Vegas right after this short 1-minute break. Command Center Pro Bowl is presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar. All taste, zero compromise.
Dude, fire. Grill master, huh?
Burgers, better with Pepsi. When safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
Well, my baby doll gives me special love. It's the kind of stuff.
Honey, it's your turn.
I'm on cloud nine.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Command Center Pro Bowl is presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar. All taste, zero compromise. We have team coverage from Drive to the Draft out here in Las Vegas. Zach Selby, our team reporter, is covering the East-West Shrine Bowl. And then in Mobile, Alabama, Logan Paulson is covering the Senior Bowl. We start out in Mobile, where practices are underway for Saturday's Senior Bowl. The Commanders have several coaches participating in this one, including Jennifer King, Travell Wharton, and Ryan Kerrigan. Logan caught up with Kerrigan to talk about his first experience at one of these showcase events as a Washington coach.
All right, I'm here with a guy who needs no introduction, Ryan Kerrigan. Obviously coming off your first season, full-time coaching. How was that for you?
It was great. Obviously, the hours are a little bit longer, as a coach than a player, but it was awesome. I mean, to get right into it was really a blessing and a really cool opportunity from Coach Rivera, and I enjoyed my time.
And was it helpful to be working with a lot of guys that you'd play with, or did you find that was a little bit made it hard at times?
You know, I was a little worried about that initially, but you know, I know they respected me. It was a pretty seamless transition, which I was pretty happy about.
And it always helps when you got super talented guys to work with, right?
Yeah, you know, having Chase and John and Payne and Sweat and all those dudes and F.A. and all that and Casey, all those dudes, it was that definitely makes it a little better.
An easy day at the office. Speaking of super talented guys, obviously now you have your own room. What are the differences between kind of being the first assistant and now having your own room, kind of full control what they're getting?
Well, you just got to be the lead dog. You got to be able to direct everything and kind of make sure everyone's in the right spot, both in the meeting room and on the field. And so it's cool. It's a good experience.
And do you feel like you're just kind of sprinting through stuff because you're getting guys from all these different programs and kind of you're installing a different defense? Has that been challenging at all?
A little bit, yeah. But that's the name of the game right now. And you know, fortunately, I'm on the coaching side. I'm not them trying to sprint through it right now. So it's like I can't complain. They're the ones whose heads are spinning with meetings and with interviews. So I'm just trying to facilitate and make sure they have a good, productive week.
And is it kind of surreal because you were a player here? So now is it weird to kind of be back in it as a coach now?
A little bit. I hadn't been here in 12 years, but we pull up and I start to see some familiar sights, and I'm like, holy crap! Like I remember that from way back when. So it's really cool.
Yeah, awesome. And so obviously you're here kind of do a little bit of an evaluation. Senior Bowl is a big part of that. What are you looking for from these guys in the week? Because it's not like you can do a lot of games or a lot of schematic stuff. What are you looking from the players individually?
I specifically want to watch them move, see their different movements and how they rush the passer, how they attack attack blockers in the running game, and also how they compete, how they run to the ball. So it was a good first day. I'm looking forward to see what they got tomorrow.
Yeah, and so are we, Ryan. Thanks so much for your time, buddy. Really appreciate it.
Thanks,
man.
man.
Good luck with the rest of the week.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Logan. Now to the East-West Shrine Bowl, also taking place at Allegiant Stadium out here in Vegas. It is the second of the two showcases for college seniors heading into the draft. Zach Selby has been here in Vegas keeping tabs on the action and caught up with some of the linebackers playing in this game.
We're going to go over to the defensive side of the ball and talk to Drake Thomas from NC State. Drake, so, I was doing some Twitter watching the other day on you, and I saw you had a pretty good couple of drills where you were mirroring a player and, ended up getting a pick there. Talk us through some of those plays you were making during one-on-ones.
Being linebacker, going one-on-one with a running back, you just really got to stay patient. You want to close space. You want to, close that gap in between you and the running back, and just play patient, like I said, and just, keep good eyes on the hips. And, it worked in my favor, and I was able to, close the space fast and cut the route and get an interception.
What's one thing maybe you want to work on over the next few months as you kind of get ready to take the next phase in your career?
I think overall I have a pretty well-rounded game. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's one thing I can necessarily pinpoint and be like, okay, I really need to improve on this. But I think the past couple of years I've been on a consistent incline. Overall in my game, I think it just stay steady on that slope and just keep on improving everything, and that's really my goal.
I'm looking forward to see what you do, man. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Now we're going to stay on the defensive side of the ball and talk to Shaka Hayward, another linebacker. So, Shaka, just overall, I mean, what's it been like this week, man?
It's been good, getting to know new players across the country, new coaches for the Patriots. It's been good getting to learn like a new defense, just getting adapted to the way the Patriots like to run their defense, special teams, just getting a feel for how the NFL is like before it's actually happening.
All right, so flash forward to April a little bit.
Yeah.
Your name gets called, you're drafted, whatever team is lucky enough to have you. What are they going to get out of you as a player?
Dependable player, a player that's going to be there for you throughout anything, a mentally tough player.
Well, how important is it to you to be just dependable?
That's just, something I've been standing on since I was little, being able to do what I'm coached to do. And that's pretty big, yeah.
I appreciate your time, Shaka.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you.
It's a lot of opportunity for players to come out here, show off their skills to hopefully being drafted. I mean, you're a D3 guy. How is it that you found your way?
Yeah, for me, it was more about going to the pro days. I went to Akron's pro day, Kent State University's pro day, and being able to showcase my skill set because I didn't get a chance to participate in the East-West Shrine Game.
East-West Shrine Game, Senior Bowl, major opportunities leading up to the draft, of course. We're glad we had you covered for all of that. But as we are out here in Vegas, we've got you covered from every angle as well because it's not just us that's out here. It's not just the 5 Pro Bowlers. It is also Major Tuddy making his debut at the Pro Bowl. We need to put him through some drills.
Some drills. I think Tuddy would be awesome in the Pro Bowl games. I'm looking forward to seeing him out there with the other mascots.
That he is. That's going to do it from our very first show from here in Las Vegas, in front of the Las Vegas sign. But we'll be back again tomorrow. Make sure you catch all of our streams. All right, Tuddy.